If I was to tell you that I lost 12 pounds in 12 weeks, would you be impressed? Probably not. You probably would think like, okay, that's a pound a week. And to be honest, if I only told you the numbers, I wouldn't blame you for thinking that. Because 12 pounds in 12 weeks isn't that impressive. But here's the problem with that. If you only use the scale to measure whether or not your cut was successful, you can completely miss the transformation that's taking place. Because this and this are only 12 pounds apart. And that's exactly what I want to talk about in today's video. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video. My name is Bryce Dettorre. I am a husband, I am a father, and I am a special ed teacher who recently just finished a 12-week cut and is preparing for my next Spartan Stadion. So today I'm wrapping up the 12-week process, and this entire 12-week I've learned a lot, and mind you, this 12-week took place with a newborn. So I got my 5-year-old daughter, and then when I started this transformation, my son was basically like a month old. So started with a newborn. A lot of people were like, why are you trying to lose weight when you have a newborn in the house? I figured that was the perfect time to really do this. And the reason why is because my goal over this 12 weeks was not just to lose body fat and gain lean muscle, although that was the goal. One of the reasons why I did this is because my discipline was not where I wanted it to be. And I wanted to get to a point that when I said I was gonna do something, I would follow through on it and I would build all these habits. And I figured that would be the best time to do it when life is crazy, because one thing I've learned also in this cut is that life is always gonna be crazy. So when I was looking at the transformation, I didn't wanna just show you guys like a before and after and say, look what I did over this 12 weeks, because again, when you see the picture looks like I lost way more than 12 pounds. And we're in a society right now that everybody gets wrapped up, including myself. And the reason why I'm saying this is because in this 12 week, that's what I've learned. I was so focused on the scale. Oh, I want to get to 200 pounds. I want to get to 200 pounds. Well, I thought 200 pounds would look a certain way. So that was my goal. I'm happy with where I look. Obviously, I still want to keep going to see what I can achieve, but I'm way happier with this physique than I was 12 weeks ago. And I even had someone comment on one of my videos basically saying, that's what 14% body fat looks like. Okay, I'm gonna try to get to that. I thought you had to get to 10 to look that lean. And that's, again, probably from social media, because I was right there with them. I kept saying 10%, 10%, 10%. In all reality, I don't know what I would look at like at 10%. I might actually be too lean in a sense where it's like I can't walk around at this and I'm not gonna be comfortable, and it's not like I'm stepping on a show or anything, or a stage or anything. So I wanted to make this video to kind of show like, hey, if you get so wrapped up in the data, which speaking from someone who does, you may miss what the actual transformation is. So again, when I started this, I was 221 and right around 18.2% body fat. And if my main goal was to just lose weight and drop the number on the scale, I could have just cut calories drastically. I could have went for a bunch of runs. I could have got a crazy amount of steps in, and the number would have dropped for sure. But that wasn't my focus. My focus again was to lose body fat, but gain muscle and still and look very lean, because I wanted to build a better version of myself. So after 12 weeks, I dropped 12.4 pounds, dropped 4% of body fat, and according to the measurements on my Hume scale, I gained 2.3 pounds of lean muscle. And here's where I think people get caught up. If I told someone that I lost 12 pounds in 12 weeks, they might be like, oh, that sounds good. And I've told people that, and the reaction says it all, because I have the same reaction, like, that's really not that much weight in 12 weeks. And that could be discouraging for someone who's trying to lose, 40 pounds, and they're like, 12 pounds in 12 weeks, that's gonna take me forever. Like, I get that, but they wouldn't actually understand how drastic the transformation can be if it's the right 12 pounds, which is when I show them this picture, then they're like, oh, okay, that's a little bit different. Now 12 pounds, they make the same face of like, that's 12 pounds. And I think it shocks people. It shocked me when I saw it. It shocked my wife when she saw it. Now the scale is very useful. I'm not saying don't use the scale. I weighed myself every single day throughout the entire cut. And again, it wasn't so that I would get wrapped up in the daily number on the scale. I would take an average, a weekly average on Saturday. I would see, is my weight trending down? But the number on the scale is also just your body weight. It doesn't tell you what your body composition looks like. It doesn't tell you how your clothes fit. It doesn't tell you that your waist is changing. It doesn't tell you when you're getting stronger. It doesn't tell you whether your conditioning is improving. And it definitely doesn't tell you how you look in the mirror. Two people can lose the exact same amount. So you could have two people that lose 12 pounds, both of them, but their body transfer or body composition could look drastically different from that 12 pounds. One person could lose 15 pounds of mostly muscle and water, and another might lose 12 pounds of fat while maintaining or gaining muscle. And the scale might say the first person lost more, but that doesn't mean that that person had a better body transformation. So when it came to training, success, for me, success wasn't just a number on a scale. It was hitting my workouts. It was making sure I got my conditioning done. It was continuing to run even during a deficit. And it was continuing to strength train even during a deficit. For nutrition, it was hitting my meals. It was staying consistent with my calories. And it most importantly was choosing the healthier food over the food that I wanted to eat. Now don't get me wrong, I still had my cheat day every Sunday throughout the past 12 weeks. So that's 12 cheat days and I still lost the 12 pounds over the weeks and had this transformation. So don't feel like you have to eat chicken and rice for 12 weeks to get a crazy body transformation, because you don't. Now for my daily habits, it was hitting my steps, it was getting up early, it was going to work, it was being a husband, and then it was coming home and being a father to two. And finding the discipline to still take care of myself physically and mentally over the 12 weeks. All of that is the transformation that does not show up on the scale. So this is my 12-week transformation. This is me 12 weeks ago, and this is me today. Same person, same life, same responsibilities, but a completely different level of discipline. And that's why I don't want, when it comes to transformation, you shouldn't be looking for, you lost a certain amount of weight in a certain amount of time. You should be looking for, did you build 12 weeks of consistency? Did you build 12 weeks of better habits? So when you look at your own transformation, and maybe in 12 weeks you don't lose that much weight on the scale, but you need to look at yourself and say, you built 12 weeks of consistency, you built 12 weeks of better habits, you built confidence, and you built discipline, and you built a body that is capable of doing stuff that you weren't able to do 12 weeks ago. And this applies way more to just fitness. We live in a world right now where everybody wants instant gratification. We want to see the number move. We want to see the number move. We want followers. We want the money. We want the promotion. We want the business. We want the transformation. And like I've said, this whole cut, when you don't see transformation immediately, you think it doesn't work and you quit. But again, you're not seeing that your habits are changing, your discipline's changing, your confidence is changing, your identity is changing. And eventually those internal changes that you are going through will become visible. That's what will happen to you over your 12-week cut. And now with the 12-week cut being done, technically I'm not done. And the reason why I'm not done is because in 3 weeks I will be doing a Spartan stay-down. So the nutrition is going to stay the same. The training's going to switch over just a little bit. I'll be focusing on grip strength, carries, cardio, lunges, step-ups, all of the stuff that is going to be involved in a Spartan stay-down. Because now, and all while I'm still in a deficit, because I want to see exactly how I can look and how I can perform in 3 weeks. So when it's all said and done, it will be technically like a 15-week transformation. And then once I'm done with that, I will reveal the next big thing that I will be taking on. So if you're watching this and you're in the middle of a cut right now, don't make the mistake of getting so wrapped up in the number on the scale. Take the pictures, take the measurements, track your strength, pay attention to your conditioning, pay attention to your clothes, and most importantly, pay attention to the person you are actually becoming, meaning the habits that you are building. Because in 12 weeks, you might actually look back and be like, the most important and biggest change that took place was not the number on the scale. So just keep pushing. And then you guys already know my motto: stay happy, stay healthy, and above all, don't be average. I will catch you guys next week.